Hi, I'm Frank, and this is my channel Chaos Frogs. I create videos about Warhammer 40k, how I build the models, paint the models, and then as well play the models sometimes. This week I have sprayed a 3000 point Tyranids army, and then I've airbrushed them, and I also had one test game as well.
So the thing I struggled with most is not spraying the models, because I've sprayed thousands of models in my Warhammer career, and yeah, that's not a problem for me. But filming outside with sound, oh my god, the visual thing is hard enough because the lighting can change time after time again, but sound, oh my god, there's cars driving around. As you can hear now, there's a car coming now. And it's really loud, and there's planes, and there's people and dogs, and oh my god, so many problems with the sound. So I just showed you that one, and I will try to show you some other clips as well of me spraying outside. But yeah, that was the thing I struggled with most, definitely. Yeah, and the next problem was I sprayed some stuff on the street because I wanted the street as a background. And yeah, the cars rushing past and almost ran me over one time. And yeah, if you're wondering how I did this shot, that's my third arm. Yeah, I held that one with my third arm. You can see my other two arms in the shot, and this is my third arm, so yeah. But I was able to do it in the end. Yeah, I sprayed all of them black. And this is my hive. When I sprayed my hive tyrant, there's another car coming past. And then there's the next car. And I'm getting really annoyed here. And it was really bloody hot as well outside. So there's a clip of me a little bit getting annoyed with all of these cars.
Not 15 seconds without a fucking car driving by.
I also sprayed the miniatures with a glove because I had to spray them from the bottom one more time to make the coat completely opaque and be sure that you can see the plastic from down below. But then using that glove, after spraying 10-15 models, I had the problem that parts of the paint were peeling off the glove and sticking to sometimes the parts of the model or parts of the base. So I got really annoyed about that as well. And I just sprayed them with my hand and washed my hand afterwards. And you can see my hand here.
Overtaking me. It is a good pain.
Yeah, and here I'm airbrushing them. There's a short time lapse of me. I had to do it inside because I struggle so much with spraying it with the spray can outside. So I thought, oh my god, doing this with an airbrush for 3 hours, no way I'm doing this. So I had to wear the respirator for a long time, leave the window open, air the room out, don't go in the room. I even had an air filter running, but yeah, I managed to do it in one sitting. Yeah, it was a lot of spraying, and my hand was white after this, not black, with the white paint on it. And I have a short clip of me spraying the hive tyrant as well that I will show you now. So I'm spraying the hive tyrant with pure white from above, so it gives it a little bit of a zenithal highlight. So the shadow in the bottom part of the miniature is still visible, and then from the top it looks like the light is shining on the miniature from the sun or from the top or whatever. And yeah, I sprayed. I think I did a better job on the hive tyrant as on some of the other models, but I really took my time, and I really yeah, I was really careful to get this model right. And I mean, some of the smaller models you cannot really see the zenithal highlight that much anyway. And the carapace will be a really dark color, so you don't really have to spray the carapace white that much. But As you can see, I'm spraying the wings, and it takes multiple passes, and the white paint has to dry. So this is 5x speed now. I sped the footage up a little bit, so the spraying of the hive tyrant doesn't take too long. And yeah, I had to do multiple passes over the whites on some of the areas. As you can see, I'm spraying it over again now. And yeah, was fun spraying that. No noises, no problems, and like on the outside.
Done with airbrushing.
So I started this army because I want to go to the Grand Narrative tournament that Games Workshop is holding in Atlanta, Georgia this year. And that will be the 22nd to 24th of November. And you need a 3,000 points army for that. And then, as far as I'm aware, every game will be 2,000 points. Over 3 days, we will have, I think it's 6 games. I hope it's not more. Maybe it's more. But 2,000 points each. And then you pick from your 3,000 points army. The Warhammer community page says it's the most immersive Warhammer event of the year. And the Grand Narrative is not only bigger and better than before, it's going international. You can read it in the article. That's in Warhammer community. I will link that in the video's description. Last year, there were 300 people there. And they had cosplayers. Fred and Al were there. They are really great. I think Al, yeah, that's Al. Al had a Tzeentch cosplay. She basically transformed into a full all-out mutated Tzeentch priest during the event, so that was really cool. And on that picture here, you can see that there are so many people in cosplay or have a little bit of a costume going on. It's really cool. And even during the game, people are wearing Astra Militarum uniforms. And yeah, it seems to be a really awesome event. And we had one meeting, an online meeting now. And they said that this presentation will be the only thing that is in normal today's day English, and the rest will all be in-game speak. So they said High Gothic, but High Gothic we couldn't understand. So it's like in the in-game narrative voice, basically they will hold the further communication we will have. And we will not be referred as players, we will be referred as generals, and they will be talk about commanding armies, not playing games and stuff like that. So that's really awesome, and they really go all out on that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think it will be a lot of fun, but also exhausting. So yeah, awesome.
So the tournament is on the 22nd of November to the 24th of November in Atlanta, Georgia. And I have to paint my army till then, so that will be a lot of work. And I best get in gear tomorrow with that. So today the plan is to finish this video off and then send it out. And then tomorrow I will start painting and filming that. Obviously filming a time lapse of the painting process and showing you guys. And yeah, it will be 2 months painting this, I think, or more. So yeah, I still have time to do a good paint job on them. And if I can't do it in time and I notice that I'm running out of time, I will cut some corners, I think, and only do kind of battle-ready version of the color scheme, because there's a big edge highlighting process in the end where you have to edge highlight all these armor panels, and that takes the longest time. So if I would leave that off, that would give me more time to have a fully painted army. Not as well painted as they would be when they are edge highlighted to perfection, but it will still be playable and still look good on the tabletop. Before really starting with this project fully, I painted some test miniatures because I wanted to see, is the color scheme quick enough to do this in a few months? And then do I even like it? Is it fun? And that's what the miniatures look like. So they are mostly green and have some nice bright colors. They're mostly green and have some nice bright colors mixed in there as well. And I really enjoyed the painting process because a lot of it is contrast paints and some washes, and the base is the best about them because you put some texture paste over it. The texture paste is also a color at the same time, and then you put some pigment on top of it, so it's not really painting, it's just it's kind of a dusty texture, and you put it on top of the miniatures base, and then you put some basing ready material on them and then glue it, and that's it. Paint the base from black, you're done. So the base is really fun and looks great. The base is really fun and looks great, as you can see it here. Looks awesome in my opinion. There's some little bushes on top of it, and it really gives that contrast to the dark carapace of the model, so the dark green and then the lighter base is a really nice contrast. And I painted a few test models, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna commit. I buy that 3000 points army. I already had my ticket for the grand narrative, and yeah, and I wanted to start this YouTube channel as well, so at the same time, let's see if I can do it in the next 2.5 months. Stay tuned!